Hello everyone, and greetings from Dallas, Texas. It's Sales Coach Chuck Bauer here. This video segment is titled Time Producers, Time Wasters. And you know what? Let's not waste any time and get right on point. Couple things happening in the industry right now. Overall, with a lot of companies and company executives, what they're asking salespeople to do is spend more time producing more business. And you know what? That comes down to a big time management situation. In addition to that, some of my personal clients, companies, and sales students, because we have a new follow-up program that we're utilizing with incredible results, we've got to pay attention a little bit more to our time management as well. So I've recently written a brand new article titled, again, Time Producers, Time Wasters, and in that article I've got 12 key points that will help you become more efficient and more tuned into your time management techniques that will help you obviously increase your sales. Now, for the sake of this video today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the top 6 out of the article. If you want the article, email me back at Chuck at chuckbauer.com, and I'll send that article to you. So let's get to the top 6. Here they are. The first major violator is from time management with all salespeople is the lunch hour. Typically what happens around 11:15, 11:30, your time in your city, your location, your office, you're starting to think about lunch. And what's even worse is you end up going to lunch with somebody or another salesperson that has nothing to do with any of your production. And what happens is before you even blink an eye, you got 2 hours of time that's gone. So here's the rule of thumb. Start today only going to lunch if you're with a prospect or with a client. Other than that, don't go. So what do you do instead? Eat at your office. Now, in some cases here in Dallas, I'm in clients' offices and I take what's called my dorky little food bag with me, and that comes into clients' offices. But if I'm here in my office, I'm eating. At 11:30 or 12 o'clock or 12:30, again, I'm working and being very efficient and producing as much as possible, and again, eating lunch on the run. So watch out for that lunch hour violation. Okay, the next one, and I love this one, but you know what? Salespeople are notorious for dinking off. Stop dinking off. Just stop. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You come in, you go to the water cooler, grab a cup of coffee, at 8 o'clock, first of all, or then it's 8:15, 8:30. Time's going by. You're dinking off. You're not producing. And more importantly, you're writing out a check pay to the order of your competitor versus writing a check to you. Now, here, just a quick note. In years past, I've used this form right here. It's called a time log sheet. Okay? Again, if you want this, email Chuck at chuckbauer.com, write time log, and I'll email this to you. But on this sheet right here, I used to have my students actually write down the significant thing they did in each hour of their day. And what we would do is we would take a green pen and we would highlight the revenue producing activities, those blocks, and then we would take a red pen and highlight the ones that were non-revenue producing. And basically what we ended up with was an 80-20 rule, 80% dinking off time and 20% actual revenue producing time. So again, you don't know what you don't know, and these are things that will help you, so stop dinking off. Number 3 is sleep. Holy Toledo, sleep, absolutely. Here it is. Go to bed earlier, get up earlier, and use that quiet time in the morning to be more productive or to get a lot of stuff out of the way for the day that you can do in the morning when everybody still might be asleep. I typically, for myself personally, going to bed at 8:30 or 9, and I'm up at 5:30 every morning. Extremely important. Just the other day, I met a client of mine, Craig Foy, who runs Vitech here in Dallas. He gets up every morning at 4:30 and actually rides his mountain bike 30, 40, 50 miles every morning, and he gets back and ready to go at 6:30. But he gets his exercise out of the way. He's very devoted, very disciplined individual, but he gets that out of the way early every morning before he's off to his day to run his multi-million-dollar corporation. So you guys have the same opportunity to do that as well. Next one, speaking of Craig and being on a bike, but it's exercise. Start exercising every day. If it's only 30 minutes or 45 minutes, do something for your physical health, because you know what? It keeps you sharp on the sales side. You're 10 times better off to, instead of taking lunch and just hanging out with another salesperson, is to do that into production time, but you're better off to take another 30 minutes somewhere in that day and get on a treadmill or do some exercise or move around or do something. My little cheat for me, is this. is I have a treadmill 50 feet from my office. And on those days that I'm extremely busy, or if I know that I can't get into my health club, guess what? I'm on that treadmill 30, 45 minutes. Away we go getting that exercise. So, extremely important. The last two, here you go. News. There's so much negativity out there today from the media, and again, this perceived economic slowdown and all these things that are going on. Stop watching the news. Stop, being codependent on CNN or MSNBC, and stop reading the newspapers. All that does is put that negativity into you and your soul and those kind of things. And I'll never forget, 25 years ago, Jim Rohn, I was in one of his seminars on the front row. They call those the celestial seats. But Jim, he said that to the audience that day. He says, you want to improve your disposition and bring brightness into your life? Get rid of your newspaper subscriptions and quit looking at that. Guess what? You guys have that opportunity to do that as well. So stop those subscriptions. Stay away from the negativity that is so rampant out there in the media today. The last thing is your office organization. And again, in my office, I have 2 piles of papers. Okay? Here's one of them, and it's clipped right here. But every day I print out my Outlook calendar for that day. So you can see here, here's a specific day. And what I do is I clip them and I go back a couple months. So just to give you an example, here they are right here. But I keep these in one pile, and it allows me to refer back, even though tons of data is going into my Outlook system. But I also do the written one here every day. The only other pile that you'll ever find on my desk, unless I'm doing major follow-up stuff, when it gets a little hectic at that point, but this is my prospect folder, whatever you want to call it. But again, it's clipped, and these are individual pages with data about the people that I'm prospecting for my business. So salespeople, sales managers, event planners, CEOs, senior vice presidents of sales organizations are all here, and all this data. And these are the people that I'm currently working with and prospecting myself for my business. So you know what? Get your desk, get your office clutter-free. No more than 2 piles in your office, and allow that freedom of your space to be able to take care of all these different little things that go on in your office. And really 2 piles is all you need. So with that, let me just remind you, if you want the full article, just email me at chuck@chuckbauer.com. I'll zip it right off to you. If you want the time log, let me know on that as well, and I'll zip that off to you as well. Don't forget professional sales coaching one-on-one basis with both salespeople and sales managers. I have a variety of different programs, and my #1 most requested seminar is Sales Mastery, so keep that in mind. 30 free videos, 50 free articles at my website at chuckbauer.com. And with that, I want to just say this: Godspeed, God bless, and I hope to see you down the road. Take care for now. Bye-bye.